We start off our best of 3 on Autumn Leaves, a map that is played a lot in this matchup, especially in the Asia region. Seems like we land here quite often. Fortitude and especially Sok like this map a lot. They would oftentimes pick it as their loser's pick map, but this is Dice's map pick right here. So he's gonna have, he's gonna feel quite comfortable here. I feel like both sides oftentimes feel comfortable on this map until things go wrong, that is.
Exactly, and with the Demon Hunter or a Keeper, things can go wrong very, very quickly. You gotta be incredibly careful about your expansion if you want to go for an expansion. Let's see what... Oh, surprise, surprise. MK first by Cars.
Oh, yeah. Keeper first is not that surprising on this map. It's very good here. It helps you creep the natural way easier. Demon Hunter here has a lot more trouble with that. And then the Keeper can bounce between the bases and always look for some more kills. And kills will be very important, because after the first camp, he'll be level 2 already, but not quite have enough yet. Yeah, Mountain King, of course, has seen a resurgence recently, especially thanks to Sok, who's been playing it really good on some maps, especially against Undead, I want to say. But it's not the norm here. MK, normally, you want to be able to creep up easily, get level 3, ideally have some mercs. I wonder how he's going to manage all that.
Yeah, he's not going to have a peaceful early game. That is for sure. Cars, I think, saw the Wisp coming in. But Dise not scouting the main just yet. Doesn't know about the Dwarf at this point in time. Opening up his natural right away as the first creep. Kind of indicating of an early expansion here.
Mountain King here creeping the green camp. First, taking minimum damage. Very important to keep your health in mind, as there's going to be no healing for a long time unless he sneaks a Shadow Priest. But that would be hard to do, especially without any range units pulling out the Merc camp. That's something that perhaps Dice will look for later. Running across now with the Keeper, and we can see very, very close indeed already to level 2.
Dice is going for Mass Huntress. Also did not expect that. Of course, if there's no Archmage, then there's no Water Elemental. Then there's a severe lack of piercing damage. And that opens up the map for Hans quite a bit. This almost looking foggy-esque.
Yep, absolutely. Keeper in the main base, causing trouble there as well. Summoning some Treants, forcing the militia back. Yet delaying the expansion further. And the MK doesn't have Clap, by the way. Clap against Mass Hunts would have perhaps been nice to have. Yeah, this is not going to be easy to hold on. Right now, there's still time to chill. That even rhymes, so you know it's true. Stormbolt, surround. Alright, locks it in. Because there's not many hunts out yet. But once there's 4 hunts, 5 hunts, 6 hunts, things are going to get complicated.
I think a Treant got a worker. That gave him level 2, so Entangle is up as well. And that is usually time for mass murder. Will the Treant expire? Not sure. Ah, micros it away. Okay, so probably no experience, no extra experience here. Cast now at the 4-minute mark at his natural expansion, but Dice almost in punching distance.
MK retained his mana really well, by the way. Still has a good bit left in the tank. 3 more Stormbolts, maybe 4 if he levels up. Would love to get this Keeper. He's got a staff, but if there's a bash, that don't matter.
Correcto. No counter expansion here. Cast still running across the map. Checks for this position. Just a little bit of scout, but the Hunts from the north, they're arriving at the expo. Pretty much perfect time.
Pressuring the tower as well. Alright, MK needs to clean this up. How can he? Doesn't have detection, so dealing with the units pretty difficult. Oh, and the peasant slaughter begins. This is no new sight for us. This is what the humans have been suffering seemingly for a long time. And that might just be a cancel on this expansion right here.
And more Hunts are streaming in to cause more disruption. This will be such a late tech forecast, if ever. No chance for rifles, really. Throws a Stormbolt, gets a Hunt. Damage mitigation, but not enough to get this one. Mountain King has 2 more Stormbolts. Can he force a staff here? Oh, with a bash? Maybe, but Entangle is ready. Can't attack, and that means no bash. And Expo is cancelled. All that Dice wanted.
Next step for him is still Huntresses. More of them. Supply is even. MK is 3, but doesn't have many hammers left at all. Keeper continuing to creep here at the green cap, and it's gonna get very close to that level 3, I think.
That is then more Treants, I assume. Rogue Footman Squad again checking for an expansion. Doesn't find one, so Dise also supply blocked for the time being. But an AP behind the tree line. Sneaky plays, love it. And of course the footmen are out of position, so they can't immediately scout for that one. Okay, mass hunts versus MK. There's still a TP on the dwarf, but hunts just a-click win the fight against footmen without piercing damage. It's really hard, and Kaz wasn't able to go to the mercenary camp once. So this is the second phase of the push for Dise with APs this time. Oh.
Keeper in trouble now, having to run. Does get away. No Stormbolt anymore, and the Keeper should be able to get back home safely. Heal up there. Moondress is still looking good. And the AP is up behind the trees, having vision from the Sentinel. And these Hunters is getting the cancel as well. Tower. I'm not sure if it's going to come up.
Oh, that would be so important. Gets the Arcane. Only a little bit of damage here against Hunts, but against Treants it's very helpful. Keeper stabs back into the defensive position. Open up the tree line on the right-hand side. Kaz needs to hold on to this expo and the tower. But how?
Trying his best for the time being with a couple of bashes, with more footies, with more militia. He's trying to do it. But there's still 2 rounds of Treants ready, basically. If we wait a little bit for the cooldown. And this is so tough to hold on. When you have no Archmage, when you have no Water Elementals, this can be a bit too tough sometimes.
Yeah, nicely identifying by Dise very early on in this game. Tech switch, and that is a little bit too much for Kaz, and the favorite prevails here as well. 1-0 Dise.
Yeah, solid play, looking really good. And yeah, leaving no question here. Who was going to be the favorite? Mountain King, a daring choice. Perhaps, you know, against the Night who's willing to play that aggressively. Something that just can't work, at least not on this map.
Was a gamble. Didn't pay off. Maybe Kaz thinking is that just straight up meta strats. He's not able to compete with Dise here, so why not go for the curveball? If he goes for a Demon Hunter, maybe that works. If he's not going for Mass Hunters, maybe it works. This way, Dise too smart to fall for this. 49 month of resub by N Williams 28. 49 month of amazing Warcraft 3 content. Thanks for all you guys do for the community, and see you in a few weeks in Dortmund. Don't scare me, dude. It's really just a few weeks. Clock's ticking. Doomsday clock,
isn't it?
It's also a bit stressful, though. You know, there's deadlines. Deadlines everywhere.
Deadlines. Yeah, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out in the end. It's gonna be glorious. All right, and we're in the game, ready for map 2. If Kaz is ready.
Of course, there's always a lower bracket for these guys, but it's not gonna be an easy one. Whoever fails here has to play against either X-Lord or Scars, and both of them pretty damn good. Actually, ladder MMR is not too far apart, like 200 MMR between Dise and Kaz, but you gotta bring it to the table. How many strats does Kaz have left? Is he willing to go toe-to-toe now with one of Europe's finest, or will it be the same? Is he daring to try a Mountain King again? Round 2, match points Dise. Look at this. Something's missing.
Oh yes, indeed. Dise going with an altar build here, not relying just on the Idol of standard heroes. I feel like he's also been straying away more from Demon Hunter in many different matchups. So it's going to be a Tavern hero this time. Mostly, that would mean a Beastmaster, but perhaps even something like a Panda.
How crazy is it gonna go? Is there a chance for a Pit Lord? I've seen Pato with a lot of Pit Lord. Would help against breakers later, also against rifles later. And it feels like this is, at the moment, the time of the Pit Lord. I've rarely seen as much Pit Lord as in the past couple of weeks.
I would be quite surprised. As good as the Pit Lord is late game, or can be, with high levels, with that insane cleave damage, early game he is really limited. Doesn't have any kind of great, you know, nuke ability, slow ability, chase ability. He's just kind of like a cleaving tank that waddles around. I remember the days when we used to see some Rain of Fire harass, but I also feel like that is hopeful, to say the very least.
Long gone. Long gone. I remember someone wanted to change Range of Fire to something that was very similar to Immolation. Imagine that on top of Cleave.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how Cleave and Rain of Fire have anti-synergy. Not exactly Blizzard's best work, perhaps, this hero, but Cleave can be fun.
It's also not their worst.
Who's the worst hero?
Yeah, I mean, the worst job they ever did was obviously Reforged and everything that kind of came after. So, Pit Lord, the worst hero, obviously, Potom.
Yeah, I agree. That is the most boring, stupid hero design ever.
I mean, Starfall is kind of cool, but doesn't make up for everything else. What do we got here?
We have
Beastmaster.
Archmage creeping, no MK this time. The Beastmaster is lurking right around the corner. Sentry Ward gives him good vision, and we have the beautiful Polar Bear in the game.
It absolutely is. Okay, hard to crack. Later on, there's a bit of a better chance. This time, Archmage Water Elementals, more of a standard build by Cars as well. Got the Scroll of the Beast, which, especially with rifle pushes, goes very well together, or also Mortars later on.
Beastmaster level 2. I've seen Moon once go for Hawk, and normally I hate the Hawk. But if you get a fast level 3 to get a level 2 Hawk, it's kind of cool, can be at least. But the more reliable choice might still be the Quill Beast. Scroll of the Beast popped. Should we try to be able to creep this? The Wisp Detonate didn't really hit the scroll. I'm sure if he even had hit the Water Elemental. But Dise is putting a lot of pressure on here, and this expansion is not being made easy.
Polar Bear gone, Water Elemental as well, but no experience to the Beastmaster. Can he get a last hit here? That would be grand. No, Cars gets it. Nice little last hit. Circlet on the Beastmaster, but the pressure for now on the first hero of Dise is rather good.
Killed a few footies though, made things difficult, did a lot of damage as well. Now Dise can run back, heal up, and do the same again. Or maybe even creep level 3 if he desires. While he has a counter expansion coming up, I think so far things are going according to plan for Dise.
Yeah, not as one-sided though as we've had in game 1, where it was basically a build order win for Dise with good execution behind it, of course. Hunter's Hall on the later side of things, but it will even itself out with the cost of the second hero. So a rather defensive game by Dise in total, but nothing stopping him from poking with the Beastmaster again.
Oh, if that arcane gets cancelled, dude, that's gonna be painful. He's waiting for the level up to summon the next bear, I guess. He's very, very, very close. He's going for the tower, though. That might be a mistake. In the meantime, we have the human cast in the south, finding the tree, getting the cancel. That's a huge deal.
Love the play by Cars. Counter aggression in the late early game. Arcane Tower is up. The expansion isn't finishing yet, and we do have 2 summons here. The Quill Beast should expire soon. Focus with the Arcane Wit onto the bear. instead of the Quill Beast, which would be easier to kill. But alright, holds regardless and establishes the 2-base, 1-base.
Naga second, more tempo for the mid game. These are both great tempo heroes. Could fall off a lot later if we get to the late game stage. But now also for dealing with the AM, for dealing with the footman, that should be quite good. And we don't have defend yet, so these archers with focus fire can get rid of the footies quite quick.
Lore's build to the side. If he has a water elemental, which he does have now, he might be able to cancel them. Not on cooldown, summons it again. Good pressure on these buildings. No cancel for Dise.
Don't want to make that mistake again. Alright, that one at least is cancelled. But the Dryad's delayed for a long time. That matters. Oh, there's an item on the ground. Wand of Mana Stealing didn't quite see it. As the Ancient of War here also must have fallen somehow.
Alright, Dise. Some sloppy moves here, but gets into position once again with the summons at least. Kaz knows after a little bit of aggression, pressure is on him again. Needs a shop, needs some healing, maybe even a second tower. Love that he goes for the second arcane, just for a bit more safety. But what else is helping him? Tech at 6 minutes 40. It's a little late, and now we gotta hold and hide.
A lot of damage from this Night Elf army here with a level 2 Quill Beast. Might even be able to go for the Arcane Tower. Right now, the Arcane perhaps not so important with the Beastmaster already out of mana. Kaz trying to hold with everything that he can. Doesn't have that much, is the problem. Footy numbers quickly dwindling. Militia coming from the main. They have to save the day.
Archmage was healing and regenning a lot. Is it enough though? With a more defensive position. No second tower. Kaz is not producing much. 800 gold. And now focus fire on the Quill Beast, but 500 HP with only one arcane. Also not too easy. But Dise, no counter expansion, no tier 3. He is on a timer.
Yeah, is he really gonna go for a Dryad all in here? It looks like that at the moment. Taking more damage though. Block against the Naga. Ooh, wow. Nicely done. Kaz showing what he's capable of. Oh, not quite capable of taking out the Naga. Or is he? Hero footy!
Oh, so close.
A player's forces are under attack.
Couldn't get it. That is a lot of moon juice drained though. He can't even heal her up properly. And with that, I think the push is dead. Expo saved. Cost a few peasants, of course. But lumber is alright. We get a blacksmith a bit delayed due to all that pressure. And double racks against Dryads, the perfect choice.
And Dise needs to hustle up and hurry up. The longer this game goes, the worse it's going to be for him. But if he strikes hard here with everything he has, maybe he can break through the tower, break this expansion, and win this game still. But the Dryad count is not too impressive. Oh, and the 4th Moonwell is insanely late, only coming now.
Wow, okay, that's a problem. For Kaz, a little bit of help now due to tier 2. Can go for potions. Especially mana potions, especially more water elementals will be helpful. But this spell is up as well. Level 4 on the Beastmaster. The zoo is coming together nicely.
I wonder, couldn't he go for the Arcane Tower here? Snipe it now that he has so many units. Because this is what Dise needs to do. Take out the Arcane Tower, break the expansion economy, and keep trading favorably. The rifles are coming.
Repair is necessary. Holds on for now, but more dispel, and that's the Arcane Tower gone. Dise clearly listened to the cast, unlike a happy, of course. Archmage needs the potion, gets it, and waiting for the arrival of 3 dwarves now.
Tier 3 has been queued by Dise in the meantime, can still go for more Dryads. But the standing army here at the moment for Dise is looking fairly weak. Rifles finally joining. So is the Mountain King. The shop still being here is so valuable.
Exactly. Another potion. Archmage is safe. Hammer is about to fall. There's the staff, but on the Naga could trap the Beastmaster here as he doesn't have a TP. But Dise is using the staff already. Nicely positioning the Naga as far behind as possible. Oh, there's an opening. How unfortunate. Archmage taking more hits. Focuses on the Beastmaster here as the staff was used. Oh, needs another hammer. And then the first hero could fall. But can the Archmage heal? Absolutely can. Naga down! And I know there's a BM on the menu.
He passed the TP, can use that to survive. Lots of peasants have killed, the Quilby's still behind. Stormbolt, dodged, and he will survive.
Okay, we get a lot of production on cars now, up to 46 immediately. Little bit of a nuisance to have this archer surviving in the shadows and the arcane tower down and all the peasants down. But this game is a lot closer, a lot more entertaining than game 1 was.
Yeah, the big problem here for Dise seems to be that he can't really heal up the Dryads. He needs a heal scroll desperately. But I think it's Kaz who's gonna get it. Yeah, he's at the shop. Could creep it now as well. Moonstone over. Daytime again. And I think Kaz is looking really solid here.
I agree. Close to 50. Getting black gunpowder as an upgrade. Creep speed intensifies with all the rifles. Devotion aura on top for a little more armor. And that archer is being exposed now. Now with militia taking care of it. 4-2 heroes. Double heal scroll, 50 food and counting. Kaz in the race.
These mats are creeping up though. Almost level 5. Seems to be only a matter of time, especially with Watch Elementals soon getting dispelled. Just one more kill. That's it.
Is it time for the BBB? Must be, right? Oh, there he is.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thick Spirit Bear. Got Blink and Bash. Remo's favorite summon.
Guys at the shop, but there was no heal scroll available apparently. Only got the invul and the Dryads all still very hurt. Supply lead on the human side, clearly. Can the high level heroes make up for it? I don't know, man. The Beastmaster has no mana even anymore.
Town portal coming in, 58 food, little bit low on the lumber side. Sorks in, priests also part of the party. And of course these summons always give a little bit XP. Close to a level 3 Mountain King, gets it now for Clap 2, for Stormbolt 2. Was about to say, that's a bit surprising against Mass Dryads and only now into Bears. But another hold, and Kaz was moving before in a position to make sure that Dise is not expanding. I still like what Kaz is doing.
Looks like Dise gonna try to go for one big final hurrah. Save gold now, try not to fight for a while, and then get to up to maybe like 70 supply with Bears. But I think Kaz is gonna look for his own bit of aggression soon.
Oh, has to. With 70 food, what else are you supposed to do as a human? Town portal rebought, clarity on the MK, nice. Will they be meeting at the red spot?
Oh, that's the perfect creep check opportunity. The archers saw this all happening. Beastmaster gets the scroll of healing, but will not contest the red, in fact.
Rather go for counter-aggression, huh? That's a big chunk of XP for Kaz, closing in on level 5. Creeping with rifles on the faster side of things. Unholy Aura, nice to have against all the poison. A little bit of extra HP regen. The Bash Bear is a fantastic bear.
And Quilby's harassed. Let's go, baby!
Bash Bear, best bear.
Bash Bear baller.
Dude, he's so powerful. But not powerful enough.
So strong, so impressive, so manly! As the Naga gets level 4.
Did you just assume the bear's gender?
Look at him. Look at that guy. Bam!
I can't. He's gone.
Bam! He's blinking all over the place, this guy.
Still. Oh, there's one. Okay, I didn't see that. Movement too fast for me. Would love to see a second arcane if the resources allow it. Kaz needs another farm as well, though. Slow is helping. Come on. Come on. Hit him again. Oh, that's juicy experience that he's missing out on.
Oh, but the next bear here in the main, that one kind of suicided. Rip. And I think it's on cooldown for quite some time still. Because there's action at the expansion. Arcane Tower should be getting cancelled. Beastmaster's back in the mix with a lot of mana. Mountain King also has quite a bit to use. Wonderful items for him.
Yeah, he got the Ankh. He still got a heal scroll. Now the rest of the army is coming in. He deliberately lets the Mountain King die thanks to the Ankh. Would love to have a Tome of Retraining for the Blizzard. The Sorks may be a bit far forward. Bash going ham in the back line. Gotta focus this bear down, otherwise he just can't deal with it. That is, of course, diminished damage on the real units. Clap again. Does he have more healing? Yep, one more potion. That's a Dryad going down. That's a bear about to go down. Potion, 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 potion. Cast. No!
Oh! That's a big loss. Important hero going down. More experience also for the Naga. She's almost level 5, dude. The next Bash Bear is going to be very hard to deal with, I think.
He can
there he is!
Now! Oh no! Orb on the Naga, as is the norm nowadays. The tower may be a little bit too late. Cast is spending a fortune on potions and reinforcements. Dwarf is benched for 90 and he can't heal that one. Oh no, this is how fast a Warcraft game can derail. Cast was doing so good for so long. But no MK, no competition. 2-0 for Dise, advancing to the winner bracket quarterfinal.
All right, well done by Dise. Cast putting up a really good fight on map too. But it's so easy to slip, dude. It's so easy to slip, make 1 or 2 mistakes, and that level 3 bear, bro. That level 3 bear is no joke.
It never was. It's so hard to dispel as well. It's just a vicious summon. Maybe a second arcane. Of course, in hindsight, it's always easy to say second arcane would have helped, or one arcane at least at the expansion would have helped. Man, Kaz, he's getting there though. If you can compete with Dise, you're a good gamer in Warcraft 3. And there is a lower bracket still available for Kaz. Not an easy run, of course, from lower bracket round 1 through the bracket. But it is possible.